Rare book alert. Sound the alarms. It's a rare book. This is Bruised Fruit, The Art of David Choe. I got this from a friend? Question mark. Are we friends? The man, Kid Crayon. Link to his channel below. Check him out. I traded this for this with him. He was very kind enough to give me a copy of a rare book. Most David Choe stuff is rare now, especially this because it's self-published. You know, it's difficult to find. And I looked just a minute ago on the online, and the few copies I could find for sale start around $200, 200 buckaroos, tenfold, $20. He printed on the cover, $20. And it's increased in value tenfold. Well, I say value as applied by the owners, given how popular David Choe has become, yada, yada, yada. I have some things I can say about this book. Mostly it's just flipping through the book, because I know I haven't seen anyone flip through this book, so I'm going to have a look through the book and show you. One thing I do like about this book, that I do, as I've said, I'm very up and down with whether or not I like David Choe. One thing I do like is how autobiographical everything is. I always feel that's something lacking in my own work, that I should put more of myself into it, man. But then everyone hates me for drawing violence against women and stuff, so fuck them. Very, very muddy, thick, dirty portraits. That's one side of like the dirty style that David Choe has. One side of it is it's quick and it's loose and it's in the moment, man. And has a very good energy to it and lots of texture, and you do get some really good stuff come out of it. That is, you can see it's drawn quickly but drawn well. Whereas stuff like this, it's like with him being dirty and using all kinds of different media and stuff, it piles up and it clouds things a little bit. They're, good paintings, good faces, but as far as pieces of artwork go, they're a little bit murky in it. I mean, that's colourful, but still. So he writes by hand. I do like handwriting in these sorts of things, all about life and the girl he loves, and he gives context to a lot of his pieces. So this is a portrait of his girlfriend at the time that she didn't even get to see. Apparently somebody else bought it while it was still wet. So stories like that give a lot more flavour to the artwork, because the artwork itself is sort of like, like it's okay. I've seen similar things done worse. I've seen similar things done better. That's quite a cool stylised portrait or whatever. But on its own, if you were to just look at that, if you didn't know it was David Choe or whatever, you'd be like, okay, meh, it's kind of okay, I guess. But then the story behind it makes it a little bit cooler. And I think with a lot of what I find, my personal opinion, for all it's worth, which is nothing, is with a lot of David Choe's work, it's what he does is more sort of impressive to me than the outcome of what he does. So like these are cool, these random spray painted bits of card or whatever, and then these are the same bits of card with like painted faces on, and the painted faces themselves, they aren't too visually pleasing to me, but I like the idea. And you can see like there's this kind of diamond sort of shape here that he used for the face there, and a sort of curve here that he used for the cheek and stuff. So I appreciate that, but if I'd painted these, I wouldn't be pleased with the outcome of the pieces. That's a cool Hopper's his version of the classic. Is it the night something? Some cool like collage work and Was that a menu card for Johnny Granado's 5 Colour Cowboy? That's the salon. He painted the enormous wall of some drawings and stuff. I do like that there's a huge mix in here of drawings, paintings, photos, sculptures, photos of his gorilla collection, which is a cool collection to have. If you're going to have a collection of stuff, gorilla toys and statues is a pretty fucking good one to have. The Homer, I like that. That's a cool piece. It's one of my older favourites of his. And I really love these gorilla sculptures he made. Considering they're all just made out of random blocks and stuff, he's found different shapes that work for different parts. He's got like the muzzles and everything and the fingers. I do quite like those. And, you know, in again, true sort of David Choe style, fashion, whatever, they've all got names, they've all got characters, backstories, personalities to them. I like the urban warfare gorilla. It's quite neat. That's the kind of stuff I'd love to do if I had an ounce of energy. These days, it's ballpoint drawings is about all I can muster. Well, that and, you know, an entire graphic novel that's hand-painted. But those sculptures are quite cool with little paintings to go with them. Again, they've all got characters and personalities. More of his sculptures, I do like that he just uses blocks and stuff. He doesn't try to sand them and carve them to make them into proper body shapes or whatever. I assume they're based on drawings he's done, but he finds the bits of woods that best represent what he's going for, paints them up. I like the painting done on them as well. There's some really nice sculptures. I've seen photos of a lot of those sorts of sculptures he's done. I really like these kind of drawings he does, almost more observational, sort of slice of life drawings. That stuff's cool. That's like, again, it's cool because it's quick and it's obviously done really quick. He probably did that in seconds. But then you've got to ask yourself, is the outcome important? Does the look of the final piece, like, it's not not great looking. I was going to say it's not terrible. It's not, you know, if anyone other than David Choe had drawn that, I'd be like, why even bother? But knowing it's David Choe, knowing how he drew it, it's quick. Then it's like, I don't like the drawing more, but I can at least appreciate its creation. Oh, I don't know. These are cool. There's some similar ones of those. I don't have my copy of Cursive to hand. But those sorts of like vending machines and those kinds of drawings in that book, as well as this one, again with all stories about their creation and stuff, which is cool. It's a cool book overall. It's another one of those, like, the sum is greater than the final product is greater than the sum of its part. I don't know. Yeah, individually, I can look at pieces like this for a couple of seconds and go, yeah, it's cool. And there's a few pieces that I can look at, you know, with a bit more detail and stuff. That's from based on The Killing Joke, I think. And then these drawings are quite cool to look at, the drum kit especially. He's a drummer, so he's very well versed in the world of drums. Some cool drawings. I like that. Cells of drawings across a page. Pretty neat. But on the whole, I like flicking through the book is more impressive, that the book exists as a whole rather than individual pieces. And I think this is some kind of fiction tale he wrote. But I'm not reading all of that. Just about managed to read like this sort of stuff, descriptions of these photos and things. But, whew. And I do love, as I've said before, these sort of like look into the life of, you know, living as this crazy artist all over the world and travelling and smashing things and painting and fighting. Collages of stuff. I think he says that was a leaf that his dad kept in a sketchbook because his dad used to like drawing, and he kept it for years and years and years and years and years. And then these pages are the sorts of things Dave Choe keeps in his sketchbooks. which is quite funny to see the difference there. All the stories, they sort of add to the myth of the legend of, the larger than life character of David Choe. However much of it you choose to believe is up to you, but I do like that he puts all these stories in. And there's, the story behind these paintings is pretty intense and pretty tragic. That's the salon wall he painted with notes on all the things in it. It's quite cool to see. And again, there's maybe something I can take, but I always worry that if I start putting more notes about myself and my thoughts and stories of my life into books like this with drawings and stuff, that people will think, oh, you're just trying to be like David Choe. Like I'm too insecure to just do it, because I'm worried people will think I'm copying. Because I copy so much already. I just don't want to have people call me on it, I guess. Plus, I've got like 5 sort of okay stories to tell from my life, and the rest is just boring. So, talking about shit art jobs, I mean, I guess we've all got some of those. Is quite a good thing to add in there. Some drawings from art jobs he's done, which is cool to see. Not all just his personal work. Some collaborative pieces. And talking about life goals and such. Does that continue over? Yeah, I guess the inside cover is all one whale. Yeah, it's a pretty killer book, man. Slow Jams Press. I believe Kid Crayon has a copy of Slow Jams he's not willing to sell. So if we are friends, Mr. Crayon, which I assume we are, it's never been said, but I guess I'll consider him a friend, I'll have to pay a visit to his studio sometime. Maybe get a look through that Slow Jams book. Maybe make a video there in person. And then steal the book and run away. I've never stolen in my life. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, it's a cool collection from almost a bygone era of David Choe. He's not the same guy anymore, for better or worse, or whatever you consider it to be. But this is a really nice sort of artifact of him coming up, because he was like just making it. He'd had some good shows and he was making some money as he got this book out. So this is like from the ground level, sort of, or something. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a cool book. There you go.